What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Down on the left side here, we have Thomas playing the Tearlaments deck. I had to think about it for a second. He was on Scareclaw for a bit now. But moving on to Tier here, and I'm going one step in the Vista Star line. And on the right side here, we have Mike operating Swordsoul. Mike is still new to the game, only being back for a couple of weeks now. We're going to see him start off. Before we dive in, over to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel a lot. We're on the road to 5K, and most of you guys who watch are not subscribed, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel, and it is free here. We're going to be seeing Swordsoul going to be going first, summoning with the Ecclesia, tagging out into the Moe, activating the effect, revealing to summon out the token here. And will we see... regardless of what they do here, they cannot play around... Baron. We're going to see them try to, though. Now, this is the worst part, because they could have gotten hit right with the two tokens onto the field, and they would have gone negged there so much. So normally, if you've already activated Ecclesia on your first summon, that you want to go for the cheese out, so it cannot get nibbed, and you get your search as well as your draw here as well. It's kind of important to note, but we are not going to see them get punished by the nib, so we're going to be able to search for the blackout here and make their opponent take the 12. And we're going to be able to set two cards here, maybe an imperm there, and we're passing turn on this. We're going to see a heartbeat being activated here, which I believe can send one of the spells and traps to the graveyard. Or it shuffles it back, okay. I'm going to see it dump the Tear Cache from the hand. Tear Cache will then activate its effects. And we're already going to start the milling here. We're already see them hit the Agito, or the Kelbeck here, as well as a Super Poly. They're going to activate the effect to mill 5. It's going to get negated by the Baron here. Or negated by Ash Blossom, actually. That's crazy. We're going to see a planet being activated here. This could very well be hit with the Baron. We are going to be seeing it get Baron negated here. Then we're going to activate a Terraforming, searching for another planet. Is it going to be another copy of Halarino there? Or it looks like we are playing the Rythoff. No, searching for the other tier planet here. And then I'm going to get hit with a Droll. Ash, Droll, Baron, Chizhao, and Blackout, potentially. We're going to be seeing a Tear Cache going to be activated here, banishing the Heartbeat, summoning itself out. Then we'll be able to activate the effect here, and making us mill. I guess they could Chizhao. We're going to see them hit 3 King of the Swamps. What is that? That is crazy. Talk about bad luck here. That's wild. I think they just passed their turn on this. Here we could tag out into Ecclesia if we wanted to. That would give us the ability to go into a Baron once again, getting that negate live. They're going to activate the Baron here, targeting the Ecclesia, putting it back, summoning itself out. And then we can activate the effect here to tag out into a copy of the Taya. Taya is going to be banishing a copy of I don't think it really matters here. You probably want to do a Long Yong so that you can potentially add it back. Yeah, we're going to see them banish the Long Yong here and making that token onto the field. Or it doesn't really matter at this point. Any banish is going to be fine. Banishing the Long Yawn there, and we're going to be seeing that token being summoned out here. We're going to see a few people just interrupt here the gameplay, talking a little bit. Then they're going to synchro away into a copy of Baxia here. Baxia as well as a Taya effect's going to activate here. That's going to be able to dump to the graveyard. Probably one of the Tenyi monsters, I believe. The Adhara, that makes sense to me. It doesn't add to hand, though. Okay, I'm correcting, I was going to say. That'd be pretty crazy. They're going to activate the effect of Baxia to tribute to summon there. We see the blackout. Then we can summon out the Taya or the Moyi. And then we're just going to go for game here, swinging for game. It doesn't always look the prettiest in Swordsoul, but unless it does the job regardless here. So I end up taking that tier player out in the game 1. Now moving on into the game 2 here. Tier didn't open up too well. That triple King of the Swamp was kind of funny, but unfortunately very bad for them. And they didn't get quite another turn. Having the planet and the terraforming to search for another planet doesn't really do anything. As well as getting drolled really hurts. But if they did have, any more stuff, we did have that blackout still. So they would have been able to pop and pretty much just stop whatever they were trying to accomplish. But moving on into the game 2 here. Tier will be going first. I wonder what they saw. I don't think that Swordsoul's playing many Bestials right now. But they very well could be. I haven't really kept up with a bunch of the rogue-ish type decks right now. I haven't really chaining Unchained really. I've been grinding out on Unchained. I've been playing a little Chimera, but just trying to focus on one deck, trying to get better at the game, and just grind out on DB. I don't know if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff though. I could maybe do some streams on Twitch or something like that, or some recordings of me playing on Dueling Book. Sometimes it just takes way too long with the people on there, taking their time to play. I really like the competitive scene where we do have that 45-minute timer here. But diving into game 2, we're going to be seeing Tier going to start off with a planet. They're going to be searching for the Shiren. Will we see a droll on res here? We do not. We're going to activate King of the Swamp, searching for a polymerization here. Poly being a crazy card in this deck as well, I think is really cool. I like the interaction with Poly and the tiers. We're going to set one card and activate Shiren. Summon. So we're going to be dumping a copy of Merly here, I think. And then we end up hitting a Havness, the Neo Shadal, as well as the Tribute Karma. And so that's going to be letting us put back here. We end up hitting a Thrust as well. Putting back the Merly. Or have actually, yeah. So we're gonna go for grinding it all here. I can't believe Thomas is actually playing a branded card. And this card is absolutely amazing. I like to mention as well. Then we're going to hit it with Imperm here. Then we can chain the trap to be able to search for any card that mentions it, including Scream, I believe. Yeah, we're going for Scream here, which deserves a super rare printing, I'd like to mention. We're going to be seeing a screen be activated. We're going to activate the tier cache, banishing the Rhino Heart, so it wasn't a Merely, it was Rhino Heart here. And then we're going to be seeing a Mill 6. And we end up hitting a copy here, and we're going to summon out the Rhino Heart. And that's going to be dumping the Merely there. Merely already activates effects, but we will be getting... Oh, Merely's going to activate its effects here. Or... We're going to go for the Kaleido Heart here. Yeah, so it must have been Havness there. Havness activating its effects, putting back the Merely, and then itself. Then we're going to see the Planet pop, and then it's going to be summoning itself out. Then we're going to be able to dump here the copy of Scream. Scream will let us add a trap here. Going to be adding, I believe that is Meta Noise or Sulik. Then we can go for a copy of Redoer here if we wanted to. Yep, we're going to be seeing that. Then we can link 2 away for a copy of Karasheep. Our zones here do not look the prettiest. It's simply just going to pass on this. So choosing not to activate Redoer's effect at all. I'm going to be tempting to try to do that during his opponent's turn. So then we're going to activate the Redoer here. And we're going to get the Scream effect. Or not Scream, we're going to get the Sharon effect. Putting back to summon out a window. Okay. I see what's going on here. We're going for a Dragostapelia here. Okay. And this will let us summon out with Karasheep. Summon out the Rhino. Then we're going to be able to mill with the Scream. Then we're going to activate the Rhino effect. And we do hit a Falco here. So we will be able to potentially go for another copy of Winda. Or I guess the first copy of Winda here. And then we're going to activate the effect. Putting back the Neo Shadal. Summoning out the copy of the... Actually, putting back the King of the Swamp here to go for the Grapha Fusion. Which could indicate... They're trying to go evenly matched here. They're going to be activating the effects. Going to make them go into a... Dump the Polymerization here. And I don't think they have anything on this. I guess Winda is a lot better than... I guess Winda doesn't really do anything. It's evenly matched there, so... Making them go battle phase and then, be able to do their stuff is kind of huge. We're going to see them special summon out the Ecclesia there. Activate the effect. That's going to be able to summon here. Summon out the Mogi. And we can just negate this with a Dragostapelia here. They're going to be seeing the effect can activate, sending the Kaleido Heart, and they're going to scoop it up there. Just saying they have way too much. It's crazy how Tier is still a deck. Like, even in OCG, Tier is still performing at an unbelievable rate. Like, they have Kikalos banned. I think they have 2 other of the names banned. They have Rhino Heart at 1. Like, this is the engine deck, which I think is really cool. I'm not that mad anymore at Tier. I think that, it's very an RNG deck, and if people want to be playing it, then powers to them at this point. It's about engineering and stuff like that, which I really think is cool. I like those kind of pile decks. I remember when we had the Dagda piles. That wasn't very fun because they were scythe locking you consistently. But this, what's the worst they're going to make? A couple fusions, flip D-barrier, effect, call fusion, GG's. And they're really bad going second as well, which is something I think is, fairly fair to the game. Obviously going first is just so much better right now. But if you have these going second cards like we saw there were evenly matched, if they can't make a negate, they kind of just lose to it. So they only have either the Grapha or they have that trap. But they have to either get Crime or get Grapha onto the field, and that requires other cards like King of the Swamps, because they're not going to play the Grapha Fusion. So it's just or the Grapha main deck. It's you have to dedicate a bunch of cards to the strategy, which I think is very cool. But here we're going to be diving on into game 3 here. Swordsoul is going to be able to choose to go first or second. They are at a slight disadvantage because of the fact that their opponent can now side for them going second. We're going to see a special one out of Ecclesia. Looks like this is the most popular Swordsoul monster here. Going for that Moe. We're going to see Moe effect here, going to be revealing the copy of Adhara, getting out that token. We see a Keldo in the hand, as well as the King of the Swamp, and then I think it's also an Agito. Going for the Chijao, we're going to be seeing Chain Link 1 draw, Chain Link 2 search. I'm going to search for the Long Yong here. I don't think we actually have Blackout, unfortunately. So maybe not the best, unless they have those power stuff. We're going to be seeing a Long Yong going to be activated here, discarding the Adhara with that token. And we're going to be Synchro Summoning into a Baron. Activating the effect here, giving them taking 12. We're going to activate Desires here. Banishing 10. Drawing 2. We see a set 1, a set 2, a set 3. Pass turn. Will we see the anti-spell in the draw phase? We will see the anti-spell here. That is quite a good card. But we have the Chain of the Heart here on one of the face downs there. I'm going to send the Trap here. I'm going to shuffle back into the deck. Then we're going to be able to activate the Trap effect here as well. I actually have no idea what they search here. I don't think they have a good normal. So they probably either have to search for Skull. I guess Sharon is a good one because then you can just discard one of the millers or shufflers. But we're going to see them getting hit with Droll here. Very powerful at this point. Especially with like we're going to see Sharon going to be activated here. I feel like you definitely have to Baron Negate this. But with a Baron Negate, they're going to be able to Fusion Summon. And they're going to see them activate the effect, putting itself in the King of the Swamp here. Going for a Rukalos or the Graph of Fusion. Going for that Graph of Fusion there. That is a powerful card. Okay, so okay. So he misunderstood the effect. So Shiren's going to go through. They're going to be milling here. Okay, I understand that now. So Baron was not used. They're going to be activating the effect of a Agito here. We will be Baron negating this. Then a normal summon with the Keldo. Yeah, when your opponent doesn't really know the effects and you just don't tell them that they mill, that makes kind of sense. They're going to see them go for a Redoer here. Let's take a second to read the Redoer. They didn't activate the Rhino Heart here, so you kind of expect that they do not have another tier name in the hand. But essentially, we're going to get the effect of Shiren regardless here, which is why I think that that's pretty fine. Doesn't detach for cost, so we could negate with Cheng Ying here. You definitely banished the Long Yon. Well, we see them go battle phase. I guess they can't really go for anything there. They're going to draw for turn here. Or, I guess they're just asking what the cards do. Okay. So standby phase, are going to be taking the Imperm here. And I guess they will be also able to activate the effect there whenever they want to, but it does not attach for effects, or it does detach for effects, so they can't always just keep chaining that Chijiao to it. Looks like we're thinking if we want to tag out do we have a Swordsoul or a Tenyi in the hand to go for Mo Yi is the question. We can tag out into the Mo Yi, and then we could dump. So we're going to activate the effect here. Attempting to pop. Okay, so they're going to go attempting to pop. They're going to chain the Mo Yi there. It's going to get destroyed. And they're going to normal summon the Mo Yi, activate the Vishuddha, summon out, and that's just going to be game right there. So we see the Swordsoul player end up taking it here in the game 3. Interesting board state, but they're just going to scoop it up there, you know. Not having enough. Having the Chijiao negate rework twice is kind of crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I want to see some more content like this. Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.